So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Close the door, close the curtains. This is it. Let me enjoy myself right now.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. Facing Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. Only catching air with that hook. Nice defense on that hook. Here's a chance for Joe Frazier to make it 2-2 against Ali after their first epic 3 fights.
This was called Fight of the Century. We've got to find a name for it. We're going to make it special. Fight of the ages, fight of the planets, fight of the gods. The boxing gods. That's it, the fight of the gods. This is that fight.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice hook. Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. That counter shot lands. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
I seriously...
And there's the bell to start round 2. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
If you're an outside fighter, you've got to use that straight jab, the straight right hand, the straight left hand. Doing it that way, it makes it so awkward for anybody to try and pin you down or even predict which way you're moving.
Good counter punching. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? Big shot, and down goes Ali. Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you still want to fight?
So the fight will continue, but what does the game plan have to look like now?
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes in close, tie him up. The referee's then got to par you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it, because if you let him jump back on you again...
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can you continue?
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Is there any way... The bell rings and we start the third. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from taking like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
They blocked the left there. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? That jab won't score. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
They blocked the left there. That hook is parried away. Whoa, Johnny! Joe Frazier is in trouble. What's keeping Joe Frazier on his feet?
It's been a tough round so far.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Good man, all right? It's only one round that you lost. Don't worry about it.
That right hand is beautiful. That's it. Just start sticking a few body shots in there.
On to the fourth we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. This has been a very competitive... Hold it right there! Can you imagine if he knocks out this legend? Good defense from Frazier.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
They both want a knockout, you can tell. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice defense on that right hook. A very competitive round. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right here.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you okay?
His legs are
What do?
You've completely...
On to the fifth we go. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
They block the left there. Nice job blocking the hook. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Throwing a hook, but nice defense there. They block the left there. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work, and you've got to get him inside close rounds.
And he scores with the count. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
A shot from...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you all right?
They say no one knows a fighter.
Big deep breaths. Big deep breaths.
On to the 6th round. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
What a blow to the head there. Let's see it again. Instant replay.
Shot from the gods, they say.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me your gloves.
Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Frazier is in trouble again. Frazier never won to back off or back down.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at them.
Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
You can only take so much, and this guy wants no more.
Let's do it.
Look at me.
What was that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching off. You was coasting this fight and now you've let him back into it. Now it's a tougher fight and he's going to be confident now.
Nice round, good round.
Box.
this fight. That's a terrible round, that is.
Do your business.
Count with that left hook.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Are you all right?
Listen, you've switched off. What you doing? Have you got...
Let's do it.
Okay, it's not working. It's not working. Switch southpaw.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. You're out. Let's
Facing
do it.
Joe Frazier, who won gold at the '64 Olympic Games. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Good counter punching. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're gonna punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
fighting a counter-puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter-punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
He misses with that jab. They're both trying for a knockout. They threw the hook, it didn't land. That counter shot lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Go back out there.
And there's the bell to start round two. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're training to fight a swarmer, you gotta focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Swing and a miss with that jab. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
Nope, that jab not gonna score. That hook was off target. Those counter punches have to hurt. They block that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Focus and get your mind back on the job. Get back out there and win.
On to the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Swing and a miss with that hook. That big hook doesn't land. That counter shot lands. They've got to use their jab better in this fight. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judges going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
second Johnny. And Tyson Fury just got clipped. The big fella might be in big trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow, you know, I've been...
You've got to go out there and win this round. You had him.
Here we go to the fourth round. Coming off a very tough round, let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That jab doesn't score. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. The straight right just misses. The perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the score.
Go back out there. I need to win this round.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Just missed with that hook. A swing and a miss with that jab. Do you believe this? Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Good defense on that left hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's
Get your boxing back together. Listen, be smart when
And there's the bell to start round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've got in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want a spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
How about that time counter shot? This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Good counter punch. He blocks the uppercut. Couldn't land that jab. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage.
Calm yourself back. Come on.
Here comes round 7. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
The straight right just misses. This is a battle royale between two heavyweight bombers. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through it?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
They block the hook. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Fury in that last round. You know that bell was sweet.
This fight, and now you've let him back into it. Now.
Round 8, and we're off again. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he scores with the counter. They both want a knockout, you can tell. One punch could change everything in this battle. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
God, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Tyson Fury just got buzzed. His eyes don't look good. Body language is bad. He could go down. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, big, hard lesson. I totally agree.
So here we go. Should be a good one. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Does well to block that left jab. The crowd has settled into their seats. They are ready to see something special at this amazing venue.
Todd, I love theatres. For all these reasons, you can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches actually echo. If you're that fighter coming in and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere, you know the pressure is going to be on.
That hook's blocked. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
Speed generates power. Timing is everything. If you've got speed, you can knock anybody out. You've just got to hit them in the right spot.
Punch, counter punch. Nice exchange here from both men. The Dark Destroyer now in a very dark place. And there's the bell for round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
And he scores with the count. Can the Dark Destroyer get out of heavy shots? And Nigel Benn goes down. We wondered how good his chin was, but no one's chin's standing up to that shot.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.